There's been a huge amount of hype recently on Avalanche. The pre-sale meta has literally blown the roof off the red chain. Token launches like KET, Wink, and most recently BLUB, and also the upcoming BOI the Bear are driving eyes, hype, and therefore liquidity over to Avalanche. I'm going to talk about what this means for Avalanche and also how DeFi is back in a big way on the red chain. I'm going to look at other ways that you can get your DeFi on Avalanche. My name is DeFi Sai. I create a whole host of content all around the Avalanche ecosystem, about DeFi, meme coins, etc. So if you do like that type of content, please do jump onto YouTube and like and subscribe, or follow and like on whatever channel you're watching on now. So unless you've been living under a rock recently, you simply cannot have avoided the recent pre-sales on Avalanche. The pre-sale meta has exploded, and this is all being driven by a unique concept called ShameFi. So what is ShameFi? Recent token launches like KET, Wink, and BLUB have launched with a pre-sale. So what that means is that anyone can apply to be included in the pre-sale. You could fill a form in, link your wallet, and these applications were judged, and those selected were granted an allocations of tokens. If allocated, you send your AVAX to a wallet address and you receive the token at launch at the launch price, meaning you secure the best price and have the most chance of upside as the price increases when the token launches. But what this means is that profits are quicker and easier and leads to people who receive the allocation selling early, selling in massive clips, banking profits, and so harming the token. So this is why ShameFi was born. So with ShameFi, people who applied for the pre-sales were linking their social media profiles to their wallet addresses, meaning that their activity was tracked. Anyone who was selling large parts of their allocation early doors, or cheating as it's known, is then added to the shame board and is so shamed for selling out and selling big. The idea of the concept is that it's going to encourage people receiving pre-sales to hold diamond hands. So this unique concept saw some successful launches, the idea being that the people who became known for cheating are not then given further pre-sale allocations. Now there's been a lot of discussion around this, as many people who feel that they are deserving a place in the pre-sale allocation due to being AVAX OGs, supporting communities, etc. have been missing out. This is something that I've discussed a lot, because if this ShameFi meta is developing, we have a new pre-sale projects like BOI the Bear bringing in GrindFi. This is where you're allocated points for creating content about the project, engaging with the X account, etc. So this should be a fairer way of allocating the pre-sales. Now I have done a full deep dive video on BOI the Bear and GrindFi, so check the link above or in the comments depending on where you're watching, and let me know what you think about the pre-sale meta on Avalanche. From ShameFi to DeFi now, as well as getting in on pre-sales early, there are other ways to earn on Avalanche. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is a collective name for the various ways that you can put your crypto to work and you can earn from it. So think products like staking, lending, and liquidity providing, etc. Here's a couple of the hot ones on Avalanche right now that you can take a look at and see how you can earn on each of these. I did want to take a bit of a different look at this and look specifically at projects that aren't actual token-based projects. So let's have a bit of a look and give you a bit of a different view. BenQi, which is BenQi.fi. BenQi is a DeFi platform on Avalanche that lets you lend, borrow, and stake crypto assets in a decentralized way. Kind of think of it as like a crypto bank, but without the middlemen. So what can you do on BenQi? So you can lend and earn interest. You can deposit AVAX or other Avalanche tokens, such as KET, etc. You can then earn passive income as others borrow your assets. You can borrow against your crypto, so you can use your crypto as collateral to borrow funds. There's no need to sell your assets, you still hold them while using borrowed liquidity. There is also liquid staking, which comes with the token AVAX. So you stake AVAX, and in return you get AVAX. AVAX earns staking rewards while still being usable in DeFi, for example lending and farming. So why should you use BenQi? It's got fast and cheap transactions thanks to Avalanche. It's also got passive income via lending and staking. You can also use it to access more capital without selling assets. So it's a super powerful tool for DeFi users who are looking to earn, borrow, or stake efficiently within the Avalanche ecosystem. StableJack, which is stablejack.xyz. StableJack is a DeFi platform which is on the Avalanche blockchain. What it does, it allows users to manage the yield and the volatility of their crypto assets. It does this by splitting assets into two distinct tokens. There is a yield token, which is AUSD. Now that's a stable coin that's pegged to the US dollar that accrues yield from the underlying collateral. And what does this token offer? So this token offers a leveraged yield exposure. It's got enhanced returns on the yield of the collateral asset. It has a fixed yield, it's got predictable income streams, it's also got principal protection. So it's got the safety of the initial investment and it keeps it safe. There is also a volatility token, which is AVAX. Now this is a token that's providing leveraged exposure to the price movements of AVAX without the risk of liquidation. What are the features of this? So it has no liquidation risk, it maintains its position without forced closure. It's got no funding fees, so it avoids ongoing costs that you typically associate with leveraged positions. It's got an outperformance potential, so it aims to surpass the returns of simply holding the underlying asset. So how does this work? So what would happen is for yield seekers, a user would deposit assets like AVAX into StableJack and then mint the yield tokens, so AUSD. This would earn a stable yield over time. For the risk takers, for example, if you're bullish on AVAX, you can deposit your AVAX and then you will then mint the volatility token X AVAX, which will gain you leveraged exposure to AVAX's price movements without the typical risks of liquidation. The benefits of this are capital efficiency, so it maximizes the utility of your assets. There's no liquidation risk, so it protects your leverage position from being forcibly closed. It's decentralized, so it operates without reliance on centralized entities. It's enhancing security and transparency. StableJack offers a unique approach to managing crypto assets. It's catering to both the conservative investor who's looking for stable yields, but also aggressive traders who are aiming for leveraged exposure. So it covers both camps, and it's a really great product. From DeFi onto WexFi. This is something very different and is pretty much the antithesis to what a lot of what's happening at the moment right now. It's more of a movement than a set project, and I personally love what's behind this. It's the baby of @WorldwideWex, who is someone unique in the space. He's also the founder of KET Media, and WexFi has kind of grown organically from Wex seeing all the people that were missing out on the recent pre-sales, people that were Avalanche maxes, and people that he felt deserved to be included. And the aim of what WexFi is to bring fairness to the red chain. In his own words, being inclusive and casting a wide net to bring people into the Avalanche ecosystem. This is how the WexFi meta was born, and the overarching theme of this is that it's PVS, so it's player versus self, bringing your own inner potential as opposed to being PvE or PvP. One other interesting point to note is that the Phi in WexFi isn't for finance, it stands for inclusion. It's the antidote to ShameFi, RegretFi, etc. And Wex has said that transparency is going to be absolutely key to this project. There's an absolutely amazing episode of the podcast where Wex talks all about this and explains all about the concept behind it. So I will pop a link to that in the comments or the description. So I definitely recommend listening to that, as it's super, super cool. So what is WexFi? Now the project is essentially a collection of NFT drops. These have all been dropped on JPEGs and they've all minted out, and they've minted out seriously fast. The first point is that these NFTs are unique. They simply hit differently. There's a spiritual aspect to the work that's designed to encourage people to think beyond the norm. You have to really see them to understand how these not only look awesome, but also have a deeper meaning and a utility. So what is that utility? The idea is that all of the mint funds from these NFT collections are going to be used to validate custom layer 1s on Avalanche. The fees earned from these validators will then be distributed to the OG holders of the various NFTs. So there's a Phi aspect to it as well. You're going to be earning as you hold these NFTs that not only do good, they've got utility, they look absolutely amazing. So these NFT drops have been launching via a whitelist to avoid the pre-sale meta and also to be more inclusive. You can simply DM Wex to get them, and it's a much more democratized way to get a whitelist. This is a project that goes super, super deep and transcends much more than crypto. So it's really up to you how much you want to learn. Wex has said that this is a big plan and that the loop for this is going to be closed eventually and everyone will understand. So this for me personally is something super, super exciting, and I'm really excited to see how it develops, how it changes the game, and see where Wex takes this. So yeah, I'll pop all the links on, jump on and follow Wex on Twitter, etc. So that's a little bit of an overview on what's going on Avalanche right now with pre-sales, ShameFi, GrindFi, DeFi, and WexFi. So many different Phis. All of these different takes on the whole crypto game are all super, super unique and so different. I'm really feeling the innovation and also the ingenuity and also the personality that we're currently seeing in Avalanche right now with these projects. I'm loving talking about it, and I'm going to be pushing plenty more content out like this, all about what's going down in Avalanche, all about what's unique. So if you like this type of content and you want to stay in the loop on what's happening in the Avalanche ecosystem, do jump on, like and subscribe on YouTube, follow me on all the various social channels, etc. Yep, and stay tuned for some more news. Peace out and good vibes.